NK Telco Sports welcomes you to our coverage of high school basketball, where the West Carrollton Pirates take on the Sidney Yellow Jackets. Tonight's game is brought to you by the following sponsors: First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Cargill, and NK Telco. I'm Dave Helmstetter. Along with me this afternoon, Jeff Henchen. Girls basketball from the Hive here in Sidney. A couple of interesting teams doing battle. First, the West Carrollton Pirates. They're continuing to learn, says their coach, and they're led by a very good player, an all-leaguer by the name of Selena Frost. The Pirates looking to play a good floor game to handle the Sidney Yellow Jackets today.
Well, they're going to have to play a good floor game and rely on Frost, who averages 15 points a game. The record's 2-2 overall and 2-1 in this Valley portion, so they're going to have to play some pretty good basketball to stay at pace with the front runners, the Yellow Jackets.
When you take a look at Sidney, they came off a very decisive win over Stebbins in a battle of two unbeaten teams. Yellow Jackets, strong shooters, ball hawking defense, a very aggressive style of play.
They score the ball well. They're the leading scoring team at 54 a game, and that's far the most in the Miami Valley League, so they have a lot of scores, and they play hard defense too.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem here on NK Telco Sports.
The Hometown Opportunity Platform is exceptional.
It is focused, laser focused on the careers in our four-county region.
100% of the time we go to Hometown Opportunity. We've had great success from a handful of applications when we need them, as well as a recent one where we had 67 applicants.
Honestly, it's a competitive advantage.
The Hometown experience has been everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Starting lineups coming up here in just a moment here on NK Telco Sports. Officials for tonight's game: Steve Marshall, Seth Middleton, Lucius Doris. Starters for the West Carrollton Pirates. They're coached by Seth Addison. As Jeff said, they come into play 2-2 overall, 2-1 in league play. And an all MVL performer in Selena Frost, number 1. Introduced. Annie Thompson, number 2. Ava Williams, number 11. Thompson averages 7 points a game. Williams at 6.3. Number 32, Maddie Lindsay, a 5'10 senior, averaging 3.7 points. And another sophomore, the only underclassman in the lineup, number 33, Sydney Grigsby, comes in averaging 8.5 points per game. That's the West Carrollton starters. And now for the home team, the Sidney Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets come into tonight's game averaging 54.3 points per game, allowing 38.3. That's a plus 16. Great margin to have as they stand 5-1 on the season, unbeaten at 4-0 in league play. Number 11, Kendall Dickman in the lineup for the Yellow Jackets today, averaging 1.3 points per game. Number 1, Kiara Hudgens, 11.5 points per game, and big stat for her, 31 steals on the season. And Khalees McNeil in the lineup this afternoon. Khalees, number 22, averaging 6 points and 6 rebounds. And number 23, first team All-MVL player from a year ago, Jordan Scully. Scully averaging 18.7 points per game. And number 4, Larkin Vordemark, another high scorer for the Yellow Jackets at 14 points per game. And now our keys to the game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. First for the West Carrollton Pirates of head coach Seth Addison.
Coach Addison would like his team to stay disciplined. Don't get rattled by the pressure defense that Sidney applies. You're going to have to take care of the basketball. I don't want to give up turnovers, especially live ball where Sidney can score in transition. and do the job of rebounding. Sidney likes to crash the board, so they have to make sure it's one and done. And for the Yellow Jackets, they want defensive pressure. It creates offense for Sidney. Those are easy opportunities if they can get turnovers, force tempo, kind of run up and down the court, force West Carrollton into some track meet situations, and continue to control the board. So it's almost like those coaches read each other's comments because the one's defending what the other one's doing, and they know each other pretty well. And thank you, Keyhole Pizza. And thank you, coaches. Thank you, Keyhole Pizza, for sponsoring our Keys to the Game.
That's right. Sponsor for Keys to the Game brought to you by Keyhole Pizza. Selena Frost will shoot 2 as foul on the baseline. That'll go against Kiera Hudgens.
1 versus 1. Hudgens, number 1, versus Frost, number 1. Frost, a very good free throw shooter. She misses both. She came in at 93%, 15 of 16. Make that now 15 of 18. A rough start for Frost here, as that's usually money in the bank.
Well, it's going to be how well it looks like Sidney will approach the 2-3, and that's a great way to do it is Kendall Dickman. They go right away into the open Dickman inside, and 2-0 Sidney. But right back quickly, Ava Williams with a bucket, and we're tied at 2-all.
Well, it didn't take long for the Pirates to answer. You could barely get how well Sidney moved the basketball against a zone defense out of your mouth, and boom, West Carrollton had an answer. Long 3 by Scully.
Fast break up court. It's going to go out of bounds. Pass intended for Thompson. That'll be a turnover for West Carrollton. It's kind of interesting that West Carrollton will try the 2-3 versus Jordan Scully and Larkin Vordermark, and even Kiera Hudgens, all pretty good outside shooters. Let's see how West Carrollton moves that zone. That's probably the better way to look at it. As it goes across, that's a pass taken away by Selena Frost up court.
Nice bounce.
Feed, shot doesn't go for Thompson. Rebound, here comes Vordermark. Vordermark across the timeline.
Well, nice bounce pass by Frost on the other end. It didn't work out, but that's exactly what you need to do. And you talk about the defense. It doesn't matter what defense you apply. You've got to be able to move on defense to get hands and faces. The 2-3, the 1-3-1, either one. Sidney's a pretty good outside shooting team at 34% accuracy from beyond the arc.
And the lane goes Hudgens. Shot doesn't fall. Ball is going to be out of bounds, tipped away by McNeil. Grigsby will inbound it. Frost will bring it up court. Yellow Jackets straight up man-to-man. Hudgens on Frost. Back over to the right side it goes, and Lindsay at the top of the key. Thompson into the lane. Shoots it to the corner, working the baseline.
That's
Flip
the old
pass.
Magic Johnson.
Long shot by Grigsby, no good. Comes back out to Grigsby. This time she moves inside the lane, in the paint. Shot no good. McNeil grabs the standing rebound. Hudgens, right side Scully. Scully makes the move. She'll pass up the shot. They'll go around the outside, tipped away, and the steal by Thompson. Hudgens disrupts. Thompson going inside. And West Carrollton misses the shot. We're tied at 2-2.
2 shots now by Yanni Thompson that she's had on that high percentage area, if you will. The nice bounce pass by Frost that she couldn't capitalize on, and then the steal she had, couldn't capitalize on that steal. So tough start for Yanni Thompson, missing some high percentage shots she'd like to have back.
And we've got a timeout. 5 minutes, 12 seconds to go. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we will keep it right here. All timeouts this season brought to you by Precision Strip. I'd like to remind you that today's game brought to you by First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Cargill, and NK Telco. Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Sweeteman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Buds Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Yellow Jackets will have the basketball following the timeout, trying to read that 2-3 zone defense for West Carrollton. McNeil on the baseline, off the glass, puts it up and in. And
there's a nice move by Cleese. She's usually not known for her offense, but boy, nice drive baseline.
they have to utilize that baseline against that 2-3 zone, and Dickman will come away with a rebound up court. Larkin has it. Hudgens out front. There's Dickman. She'll turn around and draw the foul. Turned right into
Grigsby, I believe it was.
Yep, Sidney or Cindy? I'm not sure. The spelling's got me confused.
I think when I asked him before the game, I think it's like Sydney, like the team they're playing.
Sydney Grigsby. I should have checked that out before. I just looked at it and I go.
I did, and I'm thinking
Ooh.
I said Sydney, but then when you said Cindy, I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure it was Sydney.
Yep, Sydney. We're going with Sydney. Dickman with a free throw. 5-2 Jackets with the early lead. Thompson. Back out to Williams. Williams inside the arc, shot blocked by Scully. Good defense by Jordan Scully.
Nice block shot by Scully, but it does go out of bounds, so the Pirates of West Carrollton will get a chance here on a set piece underneath their own bucket.
Grigsby will inbound it, gets it to Williams, stuck underneath her basket, stepped out of bounds.
Three turnovers for the Pirates, 2 turnovers for the Yellow Jackets.
Scully, McNeil, Hudgens back over to Vordemark. Scully in the wing. 2 defenders come out to pick her up. McNeil back out to Hudgens. Scully now. Yellow Jackets trying to move that basketball. Into the lane goes Hudgens, running right-hander, doesn't fall. Rebound Grigsby, but a reach by Hudgens, and with 4:03, she picks up her second. And quickly off the Sydney bench comes Jada Schroyer.
Tough break for Kira Hudgens, and picked up the first foul of the game early, and then had a real nice move. She split the defensive players up top. Her floater didn't drop, and how many times do we see it after you miss a shot that you feel like you should have made? You go a little bit too aggressive and you commit the foul, and her and Coach Foster have words at the end of the bench, and she'll sit down for a little bit.
Nothing but net as Selena Frost ties it up at 5.
She's a 53% three-point shooter, 53%. She's 7 of 13 on the year. Now make it 8 of 14. Very good percentage from beyond the arc.
Very good player as Scully goes inside to Dickman. Back out. That's going to be a turnover on the over and back.
Each team now with 3 turnovers.
3 minutes, 26 seconds on the First National Bank Think First scoreboard as Cameron Edwards will come in and Dickman will go out.
Edwards 6 feet 1 inch tall, so they don't lose any size there. Dickman's 5'10", so.
Outside jumper, Lindsay, and McNeil patiently brings it down. Pass to Scully. Scully looks to go inside, gives it off to McNeil, in trouble. Back out to Scully as Sidney will set their offense.
I don't think McNeil was ready for that pass as she was kind of cutting through. Luckily, they didn't turn it over.
Schroyer's shot no good. McNeil with a rebound. Back to Schroyer, shot no good. Rebound, Frost. West Carrollton, Williams from the wing. Shot short, rebound, ball on the floor. McNeil will scoop it out to Scully. Scully racing down court. West Carrollton dropped back 2 defenders quickly. Ball on the floor and a timeout wisely by Seth Addison for West Carrollton, and West Carrollton will maintain the possession of the basketball. That'll be a 30-second timeout. Like to take this moment to remind you that NK Telco Sports and its sponsors pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app on channel 153 December 19th at 6 p.m. and on channel 3 or 503 December 30th at 4 p.m. and on January 1st at 4 p.m. And you can also watch games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and more games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports.
I think the Pirates have to be happy with the start of this game. They've not turned it into a track meet and let Sidney kind of get that pressure to do so. And plus Hudgens with 2 fouls on the bench for the Yellow Jackets. I think they've got to be pleased with kind of what they have as a start here on the road against the front runners of the Valley portion of the league.
McNeil with it, goes down low to Edwards, tries to get it back out, almost taken away, but Sidney recovers. Scully working hard on the right side, goes inside Vordermark, but there's going to be a foul on Yanni Thompson.
Her first, team second. But boy, that pressure, even though it's quote a zone, in the olden days, the zone meant you stood around with your hands in the air, yelling defense. Now it's like defense, it's zone, but it's man-to-man. When they're in your house, you're in their grill, you're in their face. So there's been pretty good ball pressure, and Sidney's not had any real open looks.
It's a very well-played 2-3 zone, almost to the level. It's not quite a matchup, but
exactly. When number 2, Frost, or that's Carson, or that's Thompson, she's quick. They're kind of like it's like playing with 6 players. They're guarding this edge of their house, but they can be at the other side of the property in a split second.
And it looks like they want to take that wing shot away. Inside goes to McNeil, and she'll draw the foul and go to the free throw line. Almost, it looks like they're trying to push Sidney inside a little bit. And whistle, and see who the foul is on.
15.
It'll be on Harris, Peyton Harris.
Her first, team's third, as Coach Foster kind of having used an unofficial timeout with the other 4 players at his discretion, with McNeil at the line for 2 shots.
McNeil will knock it home.
60% free throw shooter on the season. Not many attempts for a girl that is in the middle and gets a lot of rebounds. She's only been to the line a couple times. 3 of 5 coming into today's game. Now 4 of 6. And she almost crossed the line too soon on the free throw, but
she's crashing the board.
She's a rebounder. She's 6 points a game, 6 rebounds a game. I think as a freshman, it was like 2 points a game, 2 rebounds. As a sophomore, it was like 4 points, 4 rebounds. And her junior year, 6 points, 6 rebounds.
With the basketball is Thompson to the right side. Harris comes out, sets the screen left. Williams goes right. There's the steal, McNeil. Scully across the timeline over to the left side. There's Vordermark. They cut her off at the baseline. Back out front. Scully open. Shot no good. Battle for the rebound. Schroyer will come up with it. Back out to Scully. Scully moves to the front. Inside it goes. Schroyer back out. Vordermark for 3. Shot no good. Rebound Schroyer. Boy, Schroyer's doing the job on the board. Scully for 3. Shot no good. And the rebound comes to Maddie Lindsay. Outlet pass to Frost, and she'll be fouled by Scully with a push.
Scully, her first foul, and team foul number 3.
49.5 seconds on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Scully will go out as Olivia Foy will come in.
Coach Foster talks to her down here. She's 0 for 3 to start the game from 3-point range.
Long-range Frost shot no good from the corner. Rebound comes down to Schroyer.
Boy, Schroyer, you've mentioned her name 3 times with rebound. She's at her 3rd rebound in limited minutes here of the first quarter.
Inside pass for Vordermark. Oh, runs into her own teammate. That was Edwards. A lot of congestion down low, and let's see if West Carrollton can take advantage. Thompson goes inside, back out to Lindsay. Shot hits the top of the backboard, allows McNeil to clear it. Here comes Schroyer.
Schroyer's, again, 3 rebounds, 2 of them offensive, had 1 on the defensive end, but does commit the turnover.
Tried to slip a pass inside to Foy.
Nice bounce pass.
Frost will convert as Thompson gets the assist. And our first quarter is history. Our score, West Carrollton 7, Sidney 6. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
CarriageWorks has expanded and now can hold up to 25 cars in our service bay. CarriageWorks thrives on customer satisfaction. We accomplish that by providing top-of-the-line technology. CarriageWorks now uses a laser beam system to measure down to the millimeter of factory specs to better service you and get you back on the road. CarriageWorks has a brand new top-of-the-line paint booth that uses waterborne paint. There's no job too big or too small for CarriageWorks. We are certified collision specialists. Come in and see us today.
West Carrollton with a 1-point lead. Sidney will have the basketball to start our second quarter of play.
Sidney just 2 of 11, Dave, field goal shooting. Talk about that zone defense. 2 of 11 were the Yellow Jackets from the field. That included 0 for 5 from three-point range.
Try to get it down low to Edwards, but they'll turn it over. Schroyer's pass.
And that's turnover number 6. So 5 turnovers didn't help their cause in the first quarter. They opened up the second quarter with their 6th turnover.
Schroyer will tip it out of bounds. And
West Carrollton, Dave, 3 of 14 from the field. That included 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. So neither team shooting very well. Kind of a low-scoring game, which I think favors West Carrollton, but neither team shooting extremely well. West Carrollton, 4 turnovers first quarter.
Running right-handed shot there by Lindsay, no good. Rebound by Grigsby inside. And Yellow Jackets foul will be on Vordermark.
Her first, team's first of the first quarter. Start over. Team's first of the second quarter as they reset to 0 at the beginning of each 8-minute period.
And Grigsby will step to the free throw line. Off target.
Boy, as a team, West Carrollton's 81% on the season. It was bad when Frost missed her first 2 of the game early in the first quarter, and they now go 0 for 4.
Scully chases the rebound down. Sidney can take the lead with a basket here. Scully out front. They'll go inside to Edwards. She turns around, double team, dishes it back out to Schroyer, right back to Edwards. There's Vordermark for the score. Assist Cameron Edwards.
Nice ball movement and a good cut there by Vordermark at the end to find a crease in the defense that Edwards could give her the pass, and Vordermark scores her first points of the game. She's a 14-point game scorer.
Williams tosses it up and it goes in.
Tough shot. She was being defended, was it by Vordermark or Scully, but kind of flipped it up over her head. I don't think it hit the bank board.
I'm not sure she saw the basket.
She didn't know it went in. Think she knows she scored? Probably. But, yeah, tough shot. But Williams now with 4 points. She averages just over 6 per game for the 5'7" senior.
Scully has it out front. 6 minutes, 25 seconds to go here in the first half of play.
Hudgens getting ready to go back in with 2 fouls.
Vordermark shot no good, and ball is tipped out of bounds, but Yellow Jackets will maintain it, and Kiara Hudgens with 2 fouls will come back in.
You mentioned in between quarters maybe Yellow Jackets could stand to use her back on the court. She does a lot, and really kind of is the nucleus of their offense and as a spark plug on defense, so hopefully she can be careful with the 2 personal fouls.
Ball goes inside. Schroyer just picks it back up.
That's like a quarterback catches an own pass.
I know. It's exactly what it looked like, felt like.
Almost a turnover. It turns into your normal inbounds play. You know, throw it off the defender, get it back, and then reset your offense.
Hudgens.
Boy, that's a dangerous pass. Their angles are just – they're allowing the Pirates defender to be in the passing lane. You got to – if you're going to pass, sometimes you got to almost go backwards before you go forward. Snap it around, beat the defense, and then attack.
And they got great reach, the defenders do.
Well, they're quick, yes, and they're in the passing lanes all the time.
Got some athletes on that floor.
I like how Thompson is like just light on her feet, very active, trying to anticipate where the pass is going.
Grigsby into the lane. Doesn't go. Rebound, Scully. Grigsby only a sophomore.
Boy, there it is again. Who got hands? Thompson, creates a turnover.
She has electric reach.
Well, if you're watching her, she's the one that's bouncing around on her toes, her feet. She's not standing. I don't think her heels have touched the floor yet. Well, they are now because she's gathering her breath. But she is literally playing like one person in 2 spots at the same time. She'll jab, she'll jump. She'll jab, she'll jump. She's anticipating, and she's been very active defensively for the Pirates.
Short jumper by Payton, no good. Rebound, here comes Hudgens. Hudgens directing the attack, right side into the lane. Short jumper, a little bit too strong. Grigsby crashes the board, but McNeil will come up with it. Hudgens back out to Scully.
I'm trying something today of keeping individual rebounding numbers. There's a nice scoop shot by Scully who scored. That'll be an X on my stat chart as offensive chance there, second chance opportunity. Put an asterisk next to Khalees McNeil. That's your second offensive rebound. That one, the Jackets capitalize on.
They have a 1-point lead. Grigsby into the lane. Frost.
Wow, from distance.
No good. Ball is loose. McNeil. It's going to be off of number 2, Yanni Thompson.
Team rebound. It was almost McNeil coming up with that defensive board, but it goes off a Pirate. So possession here for the Jackets, who had a good offensive opportunity, scoring opportunity that they capitalized on to build on this 1-point lead with just about a half a quarter to play.
Schroyer out front, over to Hudgens. Now Scully inside, pass Schroyer to McNeilis. McNeil, Hudgens into the lane, inside the free throw lane, and she'll connect.
She's now 1 for 4 on the game shooting. That's her first point. She's an 11.5 point game scorer. Also 5 steals is your average. You mentioned 31 steals coming in, but that's 5 per game, and she also averages 4 assists. So when we say she does a lot for this team, she does a lot.
And Frost frustrated with herself as we have the stuck basketball, as Karen Cody will come in. Okay,
that's not an alternating possession. Last night, the boys' game had one. Okay, it is going to stay with alternating possession. We'll watch the arrow. I think it's a jump ball. Or
should be possession arrow, isn't it?
And it's facing West Carrollton. Yep, the official here has his thumbs in the air. It happened in the boys' game last night here against West Carrollton, and it was
Frost in trouble. She'll find Payton, gets it back to Frost. Boy, just escaped a turnover there. The end of the lane goes
Steal.
Williams, taken away by Hudgens. Hudgens looks behind her now, comes in, pull-up jumper, shot doesn't go, and a rebound comes down to Cody.
Oh, nice pass. Too much heat on it, but boy, she's threaded the needle.
Sometimes the players got to catch them too.
Yeah, it was
a great pass.
I don't know if Williams maybe thought she was going to throw it. There wasn't a huge window, and it was coming hot. That was a long pass with a lot of momentum on it. It wasn't a bounce pass. So the Jackets, again, a chance to build now what is a 3-point lead.
Scully has it. Hudgens over to the right wing. McNeil comes out. Dickman running the baseline. Back over to the right side, Scully. Schroyer with the shot. It's the top of the backboard.
2-point shot attempt by Schroyer. Was it right? She was inside the arc.
2-point inside the arc, yep.
Just felt adrenaline as she kind of maybe is a little embarrassed, but I like the ability to catch and shoot. It was a quick release, just obviously too much on it. She'll
wasn't quite
chance.
Squared up as the way she would probably have liked to have been.
You know what? Probably
it was a good shot, though.
She knows if you wait too long, you're not going to get the shot off because the defense is going to be in your face. So, yeah, defense by the Pirates has been intimidating today.
Frost from behind the arc. McNeil grabs the rebound. Hudgens. Boy, they get Hudgens in the middle, and they get Scully and Vordermark on the wings, and Vordermark gets the bucket. That's a tough combination when you spread the floor like that, Jeff.
It is. They it makes it very difficult, but I like the move by Vordermark there. That's twice now we've seen baseline drives against the zone defense. McNeil did it in the first quarter, and now Vordermark did it here. Turnover caused by McNeil.
Running the floor, and it goes out of bounds. They just have that, I used to call it the traditional Big Ten fast break, you know. And ball goes out of bounds, and Yellow Jackets will inbound it. That only shows my age, Jeff.
Understand.
Inbounds by Dickman. Scully with it, back out to Hudgens. Vordermark's on the right side, Scully on this side. Back out to Hudgens. Trying to split that zone up, get them a little bit stretched out. Vordermark goes inside, and Karen Cody will draw the foul.
her first foul, team foul number 1. Vordemark, her father was honored last night. He was part of the 30-year anniversary team of Sidney boys basketball back in 1993. I think it was December 11th. Sidney played Colonel White, highest scoring Ohio high school basketball game combined score record in the history. It still stands. They honored the Sidney players, and some of the Colonel White players were here as well. And her dad was on the court. I kept hearing someone yell, "Dad, Dad." And then when they announced his name, they said the children, and her name was mentioned. So then I looked in the stands, and she was up there yelling for her dad.
Heck of a lot of points in a basketball game.
And it was. And then they came back here the following year, and Sidney beat them. Again, it was I think Sidney had over 100, maybe 110 that night. And Colonel White maybe had 90-some, but the winning score, I think, in that game in 93 was 133 to 120. I think was the final. I had the notes from last night's game, and I think that's what it was from memory. Sidney lost. The following year, I think the game went into overtime, but the game that set the record was a 4-quarter game, no extra play.
Hudgens into the lane. Scully with it to the outside. She'll pull it up, gets it over to Hudgens. Hudgens, top of the key. Low-scoring first half of basketball, but a 5-point lead for the Jackets with a minute to go as Scully shoots the 3, and McNeil, who just has a knack for that basketball. Scully slips inside and scores. Assist by McNeil. Khalees McNeil with a beautiful pass, and Scully puts it in, and the lead is 7 points. 3
offensive rebounds in the first half for McNeil, along with 5 defensive rebounds. She almost has 10 here in the first half rebounding the basketball, does McNeil. And I'd give her an assist, too.
Try to go to Frost inside. Outside shot no good by Williams. She'll get another shot at it right there. She'll fire a 3, no good. Here comes Vordemark. Defense is back. Frost is there, but Vordemark goes inside. He'll draw the foul. I think that's going to be on Thompson from the backside.
Thompson hustling back. Number 2, Yanni Thompson.
Foul goes on the backside help as Frost was out in front of Vordemark. But Vordemark just took it aggressively to the hoop, and she'll connect on the free throw.
She's now 1 for 3. Missed her first 2 attempts. She came into the ball game at 65% from the line, averaging 14 points a game and just over 3.5 rebounds per contest.
Jada Schroyer back into the lineup. Hudgens will go out with 14 seconds left.
Good idea. Don't want to pick up that third one here. As you know, when it gets clock running down, you get desperation. You don't want to pick up a cheap one.
Frost to Williams. She'll move in and shoot a 15-footer shot. No good. Rebound to Vordemark. Looks at the clock. She's going to take it in. Shot doesn't go. Schroyer puts it up, and it's not going to count. First half is over. Yellow Jackets will take a 9-point lead into the locker room. Sidney 18, West Carrollton 9. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
At First National Bank, we are working hard to make your life a little easier. With products like Card Valet, an app allowing you to control your cards with real-time notifications, transaction restrictions, and spending limits. The ability to access your money through 55,000 all-point ATMs across the country, surcharge-free. Live customer support when you need it, and online and mobile banking, allowing you to gain access to your financial information wherever and whenever you like. First National Bank, making your life a little easier.
We return to Sidney here at the Hive, where the Yellow Jackets have a 9-point lead over West Carrollton. Boy, I guess you could kind of call this a defensive battle at 18-9, but it's an intriguing first half. Let's look at our Grand Lake Health System's first half statistics.
Shooting by both teams was, like you said, a little less than desirable, especially for West Carrollton. West Carrollton, 3 of 13 2-point shooting, 1 of 11 from three-point range. Overall, just 4 of 24 for 16% for the Pirates. For Sidney, first half shooting, 7 of 16 2-point shooting, 0 of 6 from beyond the arc. That left them at 7 of 22 from the field for 33%. Free throw shooting, Pirates 0 for 2. Sidney, 4 of 8 of 10 for 50%. Rebounding, 15 rebounds for the Pirates. 21 rebounds for the Yellow Jackets. And turnovers, each team committed 8 first half turnovers. And our scorers for the game for the Pirates, Selena Frost with 5 and Ava Williams with 4, their total of 9. For Sidney, Larkin Vordermark with 6, 4 from Jordan Scully, 3 apiece from Khalees McNeil and Kendall Dickman, and 2 points from Kira Hudgens, their total of 18. And yeah, I think the shooting is poor, but the defenses have been maybe dominating a little bit more, and especially for the Yellow Jackets, they felt the pressure in the first quarter, able to kind of get better in the second quarter, scoring 12 points, but they really shut down the Pirates, who were only able to score 2 points. Now, I think the Pirates did miss a couple shots that normally they might make, which could make a difference, but overall the Sidney defense rebounded the basketball very well and didn't have any breakdowns to give the Pirates a good opportunity.
Let's see how Sidney approaches this 2-3 West Carrollton zone, up by 9 points as Vordermark has it top of the key. Hudgens in the wing, back to Vordermark. McNeil will take the jumper, shot no good, and Dickman will tip it out of bounds. And West Carrollton has the basketball. You got Selena Frost out on the floor, an all-leaguer, and you're waiting for her to kind of unwind a little bit on offense.
Well, she's trying right here. Maybe she got a momentum speech at halftime. That's her 7th point, but that's tough to stop when you beat the defender and you can get the shot off before anybody has a chance to recover.
Hudgens out front. Vordermark left side. Hudgens goes to the right, gets it to Scully. Hudgens. Dickman setting the screen down low for Scully. Scully comes out, Frost on her. There's Vordermark. Thought maybe she'd take it. Scully now, inside goes to McNeil. Turnaround jumper off the glass. Boy, what a nice shot by McNeil.
Soft touch, nice entry pass. McNeil turn, hit it for her 5th point.
Lead goes back to 9 points. Thompson with it out front.
I believe Scully threw her the pass, correct, to McNeil, so Scully would get the assist.
Scully with the assist. Shot no good there by Grigsby. Ball goes out of bounds, and Sidney will have a chance to increase their lead. It's 9 points. Yellow Jackets exhibiting great patience here against this zone defense. Vordermark. Back over to Scully. Hudgens into the lane against Grigsby. Nothing but net.
Her 4th point of the ball game for an 11.5-point game score. And again, picked up 2 fouls in the first quarter. Didn't play a lot of minutes in the first half. But when she did re-enter in the second quarter, she scored pretty quickly and then hit her shot here to start the third quarter.
Thompson into the lane.
3. The foul on Hudgens. The wrap around, try to swipe, gets called a foul, and that's her 3rd foul.
It'll be the 3rd, so Hudgens. Coach Foster not too happy about that.
For the moment, she is staying in.
5:32 to go, 3rd quarter. Free throw short by Thompson.
Well, they have not made a free throw today.
West Carrollton not helping themselves here.
They're actually 0 for 4. I think I said in the stats here 0 for 2. It's 0 for 4. Now 0 for 5, 1 for 6.
22 to 11, or 22 to 12, 10-point lead. Yellow Jackets. Hudgens over to McNeil. She's going to go on the baseline. Tries to get it over to Dickman, but that's a turnover as the steal comes up to West Carrollton. Frost into the lane, puts it up and in. Hard to stop that.
Well, they got points off turnover. A nice steal by Sidney Grigsby to deflect and cover.
Hudgens. Now a fast break. West Carrollton. Thompson. Easy bucket. Lead goes to 6. Hudgens over to Scully. Back out to Hudgens. Scully. Williams on her.
Good start for the Pirates, Dave. They've already scored 7. They had 7 in the first quarter, only 2 points in the second quarter, so they've got off to a nice start here in the third.
Hudgens feeds Vordemark, puts it off the glass, no good. Own rebound, puts it up and in. West Carrollton coach Seth Addison, boy, he wanted a block out. Didn't get it. Yellow Jackets up by 8. Off the glass is Frost.
Did you say something about her unwinding recently? She's been
I did.
She's hit it well here. Her 6th point of the quarter.
Scully, shot no good. Rebound Hudgens, behind the 3, she'll shoot it. Shot no good, gets her own rebound. Gets it back out to Scully, top of the key. Over to Vordemark, she'll shoot the 3. Shot too strong. McNeil gets a hand on it. Hudgens comes down with it, takes it away from Frost, and there's a foul on the backside. And Kiera Hudgens will go to the free throw line as her teammates help her up.
A couple Yellow Jackets went down, and in this possession, I think that Hudgens has come up with 3 offensive rebounds in this possession alone.
So quick, just seems to have a knack for finding the basketball. Hudgens will shoot the free throws.
Her first attempts of the game, she's 12 of 15 on the season for 80%.
4 minutes to go in the third quarter. Ball pops out. Second free throw is good. Substitute. Hudgens will go out as Jada Schroyer will come in.
She'll sit down with exactly 4 minutes to go in the third quarter with 5 points and 3 fouls. Has a steal and has pulled down a handful of rebounds already in her limited time on the court.
Frost cranks one out. She's dancing down the floor after that one.
She felt it. She was at half court before the ball went into the basket. 6 points in the quarter and her first made 3-pointer of the game.
Almost comes up with a steal. It's going to be tipped out of bounds. Sidney will take a timeout. 3:37 to go in this one. It'll be a 30-second timeout. All timeouts brought to you by Precision Strip. I'd like to remind you tonight's game brought to you by First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Cargill, and NK Telco. Also, Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwedeman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Stebbins comes into today's play at 2-2. Yellow Jackets at 5-1. Excuse me, what did I say? Stebbins.
That was
How about
game
West
last
Carrollton?
week. Yeah.
West Carrollton, excuse me. Thank you.
All right. I want to clear up my miscue as well as the Yellow Jackets get the ball back. Frost has 9 points in this quarter, and that last triple was her second make of the game, but she has come unglued here with 9 points. Now she has a total of 14 in the game, and Dave, you took the lid off the can of worms for her. She has unwound after halftime and been very much like the player that you mentioned was all-league honors last year.
Vordemark outside. McNeil gets it to Schroyer, back over to Scully. Scully out front. Schroyer is open. Playing that tight 2-3 zone,
Nice
but
pass.
they find an opening. Shot blocked there by Grigsby. She'll bring it up court. McNeil almost took it away to get it to the corner. Williams is going to bounce it on the end line, and Sidney will get it back.
Break for the Jackets. They play some good defense, get some ball deflections, force a turnover to get it right back. But I thought the last opportunity, other than the shot getting blocked, a good job by Vordemark cutting to the opening. McNeil read it, saw it, But a good defensive play. I think it was by Grigsby with a blocked shot.
Out front, Vordermark looking inside. Dickman on the blocks down low. McNeil is going to come out to the free throw line. Schroyer looks inside. They'll get her back out to Vordermark. Long range shot in line, but just short. Foy will come in. Thompson's shot no good. Scully will come down with a rebound. She'll come up the court. 2 minutes, 15 seconds to go. 4-point Sidney lead. Vordermark's going inside. Tries to dump it off, and it's going to be a turnover. Up court quickly. Thompson will have it. Back over to Frost. Williams wants to move into the lane. Running right-handed shot doesn't fall. Grigsby with a rebound. Back out, jump shot no good by Lindsay. And Grigsby will be guilty of the foul. Hudgens and Foy will come in as Scully and Dickman will catch a breather with 1:50 to go. Schroyer tries to get it inside to McNeil, almost a turnover. McNeil comes out to get it. Now Hudgens has it. McNeil flashes across, back out front to Schroyer. Vordermark. Yellow Jackets being patient. Got the 4-point lead. West Carrollton sitting back in that defense. Sidney looking for the good shot. Hudgens wants to move inside. There she finds McNeil. Boy, there's a foul. Maddie Lindsay.
It was good defense. A tough break, as Lindsay would have been better off, I think, letting McNeil shoot. I think she was under the rim when she caught it. Didn't realize it, went up and thought, I'm in trouble. But she kind of got bailed out there on the foul by Lindsay.
McNeil. Big time free throw. Vordermark's going to catch a breather with 1:06.
6 points in the basketball game so far for McNeil. She had 8 rebounds in the first half.
Second free throw also good.
Yep, remember I said that her possession, shooters can't cross the line until it hits the rim, so her make will not count. Did I say I used to referee? No, I never did. But I noticed that in the first half when she shot one. I thought she can't do that. They caught her this time.
5-point difference. Thompson on McNeil, or rather Frost. Back out, Williams open.
Stuck.
Second time tonight. Possession arrow, let's find out where it's at.
This time it'll stay with West Carrollton. It's alternating possession. Last time Coach Foster went up and got it. And now they have the
official tool.
The pin. This is not the official tool. That's a volleyball pin that they put on the net to count it. Oh, you never want to put it in. But it's alternating possession. This time it favors West Carrollton. But that's twice tonight. I saw it once last night in their boys' game against Sidney.
Does that mean we got to put more air in the basketball?
No, keep it flat. They go in easier.
Jump shot no good by Peyton.
And when people score, everyone's happier. They don't blame the referees.
Yeah. Thompson on the baseline. Going to be a turnover for West Carrollton. So with 38.6 seconds, Sidney will have the basketball. Hudgens brings it up, looking at that 2-3 defense. Foy goes into the middle, Schroyer off to the right. Foy comes back out, Hudgens in the wing. Edwards running the blocks. Foy unable to handle the pass, but McNeil will pick it up. Schroyer just shoots the three, shot no good, but they got help. Hudgens puts it up, it doesn't go. McNeil will put it up and in. Boy, what offensive board work at the right time for Sidney.
Well, Hudgens, that's her 4th offensive rebound of the quarter. Didn't score, but McNeil there to answer it up.
That's going to end our third quarter of basketball. Sidney 28, West Carrollton 21. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Hi, I'm Mallory. My grandpa's been making the world's worst pizza for 30 years. That doesn't look like the world's worst pizza. Grandpa, I know why they call you Chunky Bob. It's because you use chunky ingredients on your pizza.
Of course, it's not because I'm fat.
Grandpa, this is the world's best pizza. Keyhole Pizza, come check Grandpa out.
Dine in or carry out.
Sidney will have the basketball to start the fourth quarter. They have a 7-point lead. Vordermark. Scully out front. Over to the right side and Hudgens. McNeil cuts across. Dickman with it back out front to Scully. Or back out front to Vordermark into the lane. Running right-hander, no good. She gets the own rebound. It taken away there by Thompson. Thompson quickly up court. Hudgens picks her up. Frost to the right. Grigsby for three. Shot no good. McNeil gets the rebound and she's going to be guilty of the travel. West Carrollton will inbound it. Grigsby will toss it in. Back to Grigsby, short jumper, no good. Dickman with a rebound. Vordermark. Hudgens. Vordermark looks inside, tries to move. Ball goes to the floor. It's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow goes West Carrollton's way. So that'll be a turnover for Sidney.
Just not much room there. Vordermark trying to get through and kind of slipped through a couple defenders. They didn't move, and there was no call, so no body foul. And as that contact happened, she kind of lost her traction, and they're trying to figure out who had the possession to start the quarter.
Arrow.
Who just started the fourth quarter with a basketball.
And they're trying to determine where the possession is. The official, and it remains with West Carrollton.
West Carrollton shot much better in the third quarter. They were 5 of 12, considering they shot 16% in the first half. A much better performance. They got 9 points in the quarter from this young lady, number 1, Selena Frost. Make it 12 now in the half on her second made triple of the second half. That's her third made three of the ball game.
West Carrollton pulls to within 4 points.
17 points for Frost, 2 above her average of 15.
Scully out front, back over to Vordermark. Vordermark gets it to McNeil. All the way over to the right side, and Scully, she'll move into the lane. Back over to Hudgens. Scully in the wing. Hudgens will move over to the right side. Hudgens takes to the baseline, tries to find Vordermark on the cut back in, but a little bit too strong. It goes out of bounds.
Put an asterisk there by the Pirates defense. That forced the turnover, now the fourth of the quarter, and we've only played not even 2 minutes. And we had a McNeil and someone ran into each other.
Frost with the baseline shot, no good. Thompson for the three. Boy, it looks good, and it is. Thompson connects, and suddenly it's a 1-point game.
Well, 2 3-point buckets made by the Pirates here to open the quarter. No points so far for the Jackets. So, yes, what at one time was a 12-point lead is down to 1.
Scully back over to Hudgens. Hudgens inside the lane. Vordermark for the 15-footer, and she connects.
Her 10th point of the game. Well, here come the Pirates quickly down court. Good job by the Yellow Jackets, at least momentarily.
Hudgens
she's out of bounds.
Picked it.
Yeah, she's out of bounds when she made contact. But the Pirates got down pretty quick, so good job by the Yellow Jackets to stop that in transition.
West Carrollton with a three here could tie it up, and between Frost and Thompson, they've had the hot hand. Inbounds pass comes in to number 15, Harris. Back out to Frost. Frost. McNeil on her. Scully comes out to add more pressure. Grigsby's shot no good. It's going to bounce down to Thompson. Gets it over to Lindsay, and she'll connect.
Lindsay with her first basket of the game. She averages just under 4. That's her first 2 points at a critical time here in the fourth quarter. That brings her team back to within 1.
Hudgens. 4 minutes, 55 seconds to go on that First National Bank Think First scoreboard. Yellow Jackets will take the timeout. They'll take a full timeout. 4:51 to play. Sidney 30, West Carrollton 29. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Kogi Plumbing and Heating is your Bryant Factory authorized dealer. We have brought the best of comfort, control, and plumbing services to the St. Mary's area for over 60 years. We have been Reader's Choice winners for the last 4 years running and excel at providing our customers with efficient and reliable heating and air conditioning, as well as responsive service when a plumbing emergency arises. We insist that the products we install in our customers' homes and businesses offer the same performance and value that we expect ourselves. Call today for your next plumbing and heating or air conditioning needs. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Sidney with a 1-point lead as Coach Jamal Foster takes the timeout.
And I believe at one time, I said earlier, it was a 12-point lead at one time. I think 12 was the biggest. It was 9 at halftime.
Scully for 3. Right time to hit that 3, Jeff.
Yeah, especially with kind of the shooting woes she's had today. That's her first make from three-point range in 6 attempts. So you keep shooting, you got to hit them, and she did a big one out of the timeout.
It's going to be a reach by Vordermark. She says she had the ball. Maybe not.
Well, she might have had the ball, and she probably felt like she did, but she might also have made some contact, and then I think she took a bonking off the head on the rebound. So, yeah, but what a big shot by Scully. You know, she's had a game here where she scored 37, I covered, and, you know, having a tough time finding that range today, but hit a big one following a timeout when her team needed something, and they got it from her.
Grigsby back over to Foster. Foster goes inside to Williams. Williams gets it back out to Grigsby. She shoots the 3. Shot no good. Rebound. Smallest player on the court, Hudgens. Up court, there's Vordermark. Inside off the glass. It does not roll home. McNeil will get the rebound. Back out to Scully. 4-3. Shot doesn't go. Rebound comes down to Frost. Frost trying to feed Williams. Ball's on the floor. Picked up there by Dickman. Up court, Vordermark. She's going inside on Grigsby. Off the glass. It doesn't go. Rebound, Frost. Up court. Lead pass to Thompson. And Hudgens knocks it out of bounds.
I was statting, but did Frost throw a long bounce pass?
She threw a long bounce pass.
Wow, it got through there, but then the defense knocked it out of bounds. Full timeout, West Carrollton.
Timeout brought to you by Precision Strip. Break of the action, 3:39 to go. Our scores, Sidney 33, West Carrollton 29. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
Are you looking for a rewarding career? Lincoln Electric Automation in Coldwater and Fort Loramie supplies top-of-the-line automation systems to manufacturers. Lincoln Electric Automation routinely develops its team through hiring and by offering advanced technical training. We understand that every employee matters, and every role contributes to the success of our business. We offer advancement opportunities, competitive wages, and benefit packages. Visit LincolnElectric.com and get on track to a better career and a better future.
3 minutes and 39 seconds to go here in this one. And Sidney with a 4-point lead. West Carrollton takes the timeout. Probably going to draw up a play here on the inbounds play. Let's see what happens as Williams will go out and Peyton Harris will come back in. Thompson will deliver it. Frost will get it. McNeil on her. Oh, my. Ball goes loose. That's going to be Sidney basketball. That might be the defensive play of the game, Jeff.
Well, she's picked up on Frost here a couple times, and I think her length and her foot speed able to maybe give Frost a headache, and that time she deflected it, made Frost kick it off her shin out of bounds, but that's a Good defensive play by number 22, Khalees McNeil.
Schroyer inside McNeil. Back over to Hudgens. Hudgens looks inside at Dickman. Back out to Schroyer. Scully in the wing. Hudgens has to track it down. Back out to Scully. Back over to Schroyer. Schroyer looks inside. Boy, I thought that was going out of bounds.
I thought the length, I thought it's being picked off. But then, yeah, it almost went out of bounds. Again, spacing on offense. You got to make yourself available so when your teammate goes to pass it, you're in an area to get it.
Pull-up jumper, Hudgens.
Well, that's another big answer for the Yellow Jackets. They needed some points, and they got them.
Frost is
strong.
Off target.
Boy, another rebound by Hudgens. She's also been active.
Scully for three. There it is. Place comes alive. Timeout, West Carrollton. Jackets go up by 9. Our score, Sidney 38, West Carrollton 29. You're watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.
New Knoxville Supply Company, the supply source for residential, commercial, and industrial jobs. We specialize in plumbing products from many name brands, electrical products from replacing a light switch to rewiring an entire house, heating, air conditioning, and geothermal products, sheet metal ductwork, installations, and service. We are now housing more inventory, so all the hardware items you need to complete the job are available right away. New Knoxville Supply. Stop in, call, or check us out online at newknoxvillesupply.com.
38-29, West Carrollton trails, forced to take that timeout after Jordan Scully knocks down a long three.
And she felt that one. She'd hit one earlier in the quarter, and then that one in rhythm after Akira Hudgens' rebound came down in rhythm. Scully, the big shot, and the momentum back with the Yellow Jackets, and a 9-point lead.
Frost with the basketball. Thompson behind her, but Frost goes inside, shot no good. Schroyer will come down with the rebound. Hudgens will walk it up the court. Coach Jamal Foster says, let's take our time. They've regained control of this one at 38-29.
Man-to-man defense by the Pirates had been in zone for most, if not all of the game, Dave. After the timeout, now they're man-to-man.
A lot of fouls to give here.
Yep.
Hudgens off the glass. It doesn't go. Dickman with a big rebound. Hudgens, short jumper, no good. She'll get it. The rebound. Schroyer open for the jumper, no good. Rebound comes down to Harris. Up court quickly. Thompson to the baseline. Steps out of bounds. Good defense by Sidney. Pinned her along that baseline.
Yep, used the baseline as another defender, but the 9-point lead you mentioned, man-to-man now. West Carrollton has not committed a foul, so if they want to make this a free throw shooting contest, which, by the way, Sidney shoots at 67%, you're going to have to foul here and quick just to get him to the line, and we're at 60 seconds to play.
It's almost impossible.
Exactly, if you don't throw the ball away.
There's a turnover. Grigsby up court, Thompson. Rebound, Frost. Grigsby on the follow-up, shot no good. Harris shot off balance. Grigsby has it. Loses it out of bounds. West Carrollton has to get a score and then call a timeout or go back at it on defense and commit a foul.
They've had some. That last possession was big. That would have cut it to 7. 9's a 3-possession game, and like I said, you're going to waste some time here before you maybe even commit the first foul of the quarter.
Hudgens gets to McNeil. She'll take the shot. No good. Rebound inside Hudgens. Not sure how she gets in there for those rebounds.
Effort and speed, more effort probably, and just determination. That's what rebounding is sometimes mostly about, is just the ability to go after it, and she's done a nice job.
Hudgens into the lane, gets it over to Dickman. She'll take the shot at 20 seconds. Here comes Grigsby. McNeil's on her. She'll go into the lane. No one to dish it off. And it'll go out of bounds.
Got out of sync and then tried to hope a teammate was in the corner. There was nobody there, so Sidney 10 seconds away from staying undefeated in the Valley portion of their conference, the Miami Valley League.
Hudgens across the timeline. That's going to do it. And the Yellow Jackets will take a hard-earned 38-29 victory over West Carrollton. They'll move to 6-1 overall on the season and 5-0 in MVL play. West Carrollton, on the other hand, they'll fall to 2-3 overall, 2-2 in league play. Yellow Jackets will play at Fairborn on Wednesday. West Carrollton will travel to Tippecanoe on Wednesday for their next MVL contest. Yellow Jackets come up with the win. Hard-earned win as they hold off West Carrollton. West Carrollton had pulled to 30-29, and Yellow Jackets reel off those final 8 points in impressive fashion to take the victory. I'd like to remind you and thank our sponsors for tonight's game. First National Bank, Keyhole Pizza, Precision Strip, Winners Meats, Grand Lake Health Systems, Cargill, and NK Telco. Our scoreboard sponsor, First National Bank, keys to the game, Keyhole Pizza. Timeout sponsor, Precision Strip. Coming up here in just a moment, we'll pick our player of the game, brought to you by NK Telco. We'll also take a look at our post-game stats, which will be brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. Live View sponsored tonight, Cargill. Other sponsors for tonight's broadcast, Carriage Works, Chiltech LLC, Cy Schwederman, Dickman Supply, Elmwood Assisted Care, Hometown Opportunity, Hillsman Automotive, Kogi Plumbing and Heating, Lincoln Electric, Minster Bank, New Knoxville Supply, SecureCom, Bud's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Crown Equipment, Shelby County Veteran Services, St. Henry Bank, and WCSM Radio. Would also like to remind you that NK Telco Sports and our sponsors are pleased to bring you replays of tonight's high school varsity basketball action on NK Telco Cable or the NKT.TV app on Channel 153, December the 19th at 6 p.m. and on Channels 3 and 503, December the 13th at 4 p.m. and January the 1st at 4 p.m. You can also watch games live via pay-per-view through nktelco.com/sports and games on demand through YouTube, Facebook, and at nktelco.com/sports. So, West Carrollton led after one quarter of play, 7-6. Sidney bounced back in the second quarter for an 18-9 halftime lead. Sidney led after three quarters, 28-21. Finish it off with a 38-29 victory, but not before they had to withstand a furious rally there by West Carrollton. West Carrollton pulled to 30-29, but Sidney came back and scored their last 8 points of that contest for the 38-29 win. It's time now for our post-game statistics, all brought to you by Grand Lake Health Systems. What do the numbers tell us, Jeff?
Well, things got a little bit better in the second half for West Carrollton. In the second half, they shot 8 of 25, so a much better percentage than they were stuck at 16% in the first half. But overall, for the game, West Carrollton 8 of 27 two-point shooting, 4 of 22 three-point shooting. Overall, 12 of 49 from the field were the Pirates. For Sidney, 13 of 37 two-point shooting, 2 of 13 from beyond the arc. For the game, 15 of 50 for the Yellow Jackets. Pirates, 1 of 6 from the foul line. Sidney, 6 of 12. Rebounding, Pirates, 30 rebounds. Of those, 13 were offensive. Sidney, 47 rebounds. Of those, 18 were offensive. Turnovers, Pirates committed 14, Sidney committed 17. And our scorers for the ball game. Selena Frost, 17 points for her, 6 from Yanni Thompson, 4 from Ava Williams, 2 from Maddie Lindsay, their total of 29. For Sidney, Jordan Scully with 10 points, and also Larkin Vordermark with 10, 8 from Khalees McNeil, 7 from Kira Hudgens, and 3 from Kendall Dickman, their total of 38.
Hard-fought win.
Yeah, it was. I mean, Sidney used to scoring 54 points a game. This was much more struggling to score against a very active Pirate zone defense for the most part. And if your shots aren't going, that makes it tough when you can't score in rhythm. Sidney, though, found a way. Their defense kind of turned up the pressure a little bit, forced West Carrollton into some poor shooting and forced some turnovers here and there. So finally, Sidney kind of got it going, but boy, give West Carrollton. They cut it down to 1 at one point in the second half. I think near the end of maybe the beginning of the fourth quarter, and then Scully hit a big three-pointer. I think that's what it was. It was 30-29 with just under 5 minutes to go in the ballgame. 30-29. Scully hit a big three after missing her first 6 of the game.
Hit 2 big threes right at the end.
Yes.
Yeah.
And, with that note, West Carrollton never scored the rest of the game. They were stuck at 29 with 4:51 to go in the ball game. Never dented the scoreboard the rest of the way.
We took a timeout at 30-29, and I remember off air we kind of said this one was in doubt.
You kind of felt like, wow, West Carrollton's got the advantage and momentum. Scully's triple, though, right there kind of squelched that, and they never were able to kind of bounce back. It's like they wasted all their energy and effort to get to within 1, nothing left in the tank to battle back after kind of Sidney, if you will, threw a punch back at him. So good battle by West Carrollton. Thank you for that effort. Sidney able to prevail, and good reason why they are one of the leaders, if you will, in the league, the Miami Valley Leagues, remaining undefeated at 5-0 and 6-1 overall.
You keep on trucking if you're Sidney. They've got Fairborn at Fairborn next Wednesday as they up their record to 6-1. Of course, we got our player of the game brought to you by NK Telco, and the selection with a drum roll is.
I'm going to go with number 22, Khalees McNeil. She had 8 points in the ball game, unofficially 10 rebounds, unofficially 3 steals, and probably one of the bigger defensive plays we talked about. She wouldn't get credit for the steal, but she did defend Frost where she was on her out on an island. Defensive man-on-man, kind of poked in there, got the ball to deflect off of Frost. She knocked it out of bounds. Sidney took over, and that was at that crunch point of the ball game. So just actively there defensively, she was assigned to Frost and did a number on her. So congratulations to Khalees McNeil, our NK Telco player of the game.
That's going to do it for us from the Hive here in Sidney. Yellow Jackets move on, 6-1 overall, more importantly unbeaten in MVL play at 5-0. Final score once again. The Sidney Yellow Jackets 38, the West Carrollton Pirates 29. You have been watching high school basketball on NK Telco Sports.